distinguished guests, permit me to also say fellow change makers, because you all in this room, from what I've read about most of you, are great change makers. I'm honored to be in your midst today. Visionary legacy builders. It is a profound honor to stand before you, sharing not only my journey, but the mission that has come to define my life. I must thank my good friend and dear wife, Daniel and Bob, for making this possible, inviting me to this great event to share my experience. I've enjoyed the hospitality of this great city, the hotel, the warmth and friendship of most of you that I've had cause to interact with since yesterday. And my colleagues asked me this morning, why am I not in my usual suit? I need to enjoy this wonderful environment and weather. When we go back, we'll start wearing suit again. I flew in from New York to DC, and DC, I've had enough suits on me. Let me also congratulate Legacy Builders and Coco for this event and creating again this platform. As a firm believer in the power of collaboration, I know that gatherings like this bring together like-minded individuals who are committing their resources in advancing the cause of humanity. I'm happy to have reconnected with my friend, Stairs. I've met great people like Peter. I've met Greg. Is Greg in the room? I met Greg. There are quite a number of you that I've had cause to interact with since the past 24 hours I've been here. So why am I here? Why did I accept the invitation by the dear family? Let me start by telling you a bit about myself. My name, as you know, is Tony Elumelu. I'm an African, and I'm a businessman. I invest in Africa, in Europe, and in America. I'm proud to say that one of our investments, United Bank for Africa, is the only regulated deposit-taking bank from Africa in all of the United States of America. We turn around businesses, but I'm also a philanthropist. To me, that's the biggest CV that I have. I'm a philanthropist, and I came from almost nowhere, but I've tried to achieve a bit. Let me begin with Africa. When you mention Africa, you get many responses and sentiments. Some see Africa in terms of beauty, or size, big continent, or mineral wealth, or nature. But also, people talk about poverty, strife, conflict. In some instances, some level of intolerance. Some of what you hear is true, some not. I want to begin by talking about Africans, specifically the Africans who are very close to my heart. Young Africans, some of the most industrious, entrepreneurial people in the world. Africa's population is currently 1.5 billion. It will double in 25 years' time. The median age in Africa is 19. In Latin America is 31. In Asia and the US is 38. I'm just saying this for you to understand the picture. Africa is home to 24 of the world's 25 fastest growing populations. My original country, Nigeria, will, according to the economists, overtake the US as the world's third most populous country by 2050. Young people are important to me. Young people are very close to my heart. And Africa has more, many more than elsewhere in the world. I know these entrepreneurs because I interact with them, I groom them, I live with them. These young Africans are ready to transform Africa, play their own part in transforming the world. I founded the Tony Elumelu Foundation, and for the past 15 years, I have dedicated my life to a mission close to my heart, empowering African entrepreneurs, our young ones, creating economic opportunity and future for them. I have spent over $400 million on these young Africans. But why have I done so? Because of that belief that entrepreneurs hold the key to unlocking Africa's untapped potential. They are the innovators, the dreamers, and the builders who can transform not only their own lives, but their entire economies. I'd like to share some background. I started my career as a banker. I was lucky, gratitude luck. I was lucky, Lina asked me yesterday to talk about luck. And I did it. I want to talk about it today. I started out my career as a banker. I was lucky to get a job I applied for. I was not qualified for the job, but it was just sheer luck that I got the opportunity. I had no silver spoon, no international education, only multiple times I went to Harvard. I worked hard, and when I saw an opportunity to do more, I took it. I led a group of investors to turn around a struggling bank and make it profitable. That opportunity led to what is the largest bank merger in Sub-Saharan Africa to date. Our banking group now is in 20 countries in Africa. It is on 4 continents. We are the only African bank said before regulated to operate in the US as a deposit-taking bank. We bank over 45 million customers across the EBA group. Because Africa is a continent of opportunity, I diversified. My group, the Heirs Holdings Group, is one of the largest oil producers in Nigeria today. We produce over 50,000 barrels of oil every day. We are one of the largest power producers in Nigeria, and we supply power to some African countries. We have a stock capacity of 2,000 megawatts of electricity. We have acquired one of the top 3 electricity distribution companies in Nigeria so that we integrate vertically. We also invest in and manage real estate, healthcare, and technology. We are doing well as a group financially, economically, but also we try to do good simultaneously, not one waiting for the other. Nigeria has huge resources and effectively, or unfortunately, no power. We're changing that. Power is access to electricity. We're changing that. It means not just businesses, but schools and hospitals are beginning to function through some of our interventions. If you come to our federal capital in Nigeria, you will likely stay in Transport Hilton Hotel, our flagship hotel. Again, we have invested over $130 million, making it a world-class destination for leaders, for business, for families, but also as a gateway to investment in Africa. So, you can say I have done well as a person. But my journey has been shaped by a combination of luck, as well as opportunity, grit, and resilience. I am where I am today because I was fortunate to be in the right place at the right time. I was prepared to see the moment when luck presented itself. However, I believe luck and opportunity should not be reserved for a select few. We cannot claim to be rich when there is pervasive poverty that is evident all around us. This belief has always been guided by a question that fuels my purpose. How do I extend the same opportunity I had to young Africans who have not been as fortunate. How can I democratize luck? This question inspired my wife and I to invest in the next generation of African entrepreneurs. So this is the why. In 2015, we committed that $100 million to identify, train, and fund the businesses of African entrepreneurs over 10 years. As business people, we thought it was important we measured our impact. So we put a time frame to it. Today, we have granted 2.5 million Africans with access to training on our digital platform called the TL Connect. It's an online portal, and we have lifted over 2 million individuals out of poverty through the intervention of the Elumelu Foundation of the continent. We operate not just in one country, we operate all 54 African countries. Because to us, poverty anywhere on the continent is a threat all of us everywhere on the continent. We also have disbursed more than $100 million in direct funding to over 21,000 beneficiaries who have created 1.5 million jobs and generated $4.2 billion in revenue across the continent. We also learned, we have, and we keep learning. We learned that we can't do it just by ourselves. We need to collaborate. Our program receives over 300,000 applicants every year, and a program that's set out to democratize luck and give economic opportunity to people inadvertently is actually dashing hopes. You can't have a situation where 300,000, 400,000 apply for this opportunity and you select just 1,000. So we now work with the European Union, the United Nations, UNDP, the Red Cross, and with family offices and foundations. We launched a program with the Care Foundation. They use our execution ability, foot on the ground experience, and we try to amplify and continue to amplify it. Our youth on the continent inspire me. They are creating jobs and eliminating poverty and helping to lead their communities out of poverty. Their impact is being felt in their communities and across the continent as they come up with solutions that is transforming all of Africa. My greatest fulfillment comes from the legacy we are building, the lives we are transforming, and the profound impact of what the Elumelu Foundation now represents. However, there's still more to be done. Every young African with a dream should have a fair shot at realizing it. I say to my friends, if Steve Jobs were an African, would he have been able to transform the world the way he did in his lifetime? I often think back to my childhood. I watched my mother, a hardworking entrepreneur, build a small business with sheer determination. She ran a restaurant. I mean, when I thought restaurant, I'm not talking about I thought petty restaurant. And I helped her out, learning the fundamentals of business by being involved, not from a classroom, but from her unwavering resilience and resourcefulness, and her determination to make sure that her children got a better future than she did. I saw firsthand how access to capital and mentorship could mean the difference between a thriving business and one that never gets off the ground. That lesson never left me. Continues to influence, inspire, and motivate me in everything I do today. Democratizing luck is not just about finance. It's about knowledge sharing. It's about mentorship. We must create a continent where young entrepreneurs are not paralyzed by systemic barriers, but propelled forward by opportunity. We will bring back hope to young Africans. To those who have achieved success, I say this: we must do more. The world expects a lot more from us, and justifiably too. I encourage people to become mentors, an investor in the future of the world, self-enlightened interest, I call it. For every life we lift out of poverty, we're actually helping our own life. I encourage people to become champion for those who only and truly need a chance. Africa will not rise by chance. It will rise because of deliberate action. Because of people who refuse to accept the status quo and choose instead to create the future that we deserve. That is why I'm democratizing luck. I am not interested in looking backwards. I don't look at historic causes of our problems. I want to focus on current solutions. I invite each and every one of you to please explore how you can be part of our mission to drive meaningful and sustainable impact. Together, we can transform the African continent, one entrepreneur at a time. So join us as we democratize luck, and we will create a future where every African can dream and achieve, where we can create the next jobs. I look forward to engaging with you, and I'm joined here by the CEO of the Tony Elumelu Foundation, Somachi Christian Salvador. Please stand up. I say that the easiest thing is to write a check. The more difficult thing is to get the check to deliver its purpose. That's what Somachi and her team do every day. So well done. Thank you on behalf of African youth. And I also have with me a fellow trustee, in fact, founding trustee, Alex Trotter. Is he here? Alex Trotter. Alex in his business hat is a private equity person, but he commits a lot, substantial part of his time in helping to make this dream come true, right from the first day we conceptualized the whole idea of empowering young African entrepreneurs. Thank you, Alex, for your commitment to Africa, and thank you for supporting the African youth. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm done, but I'll be available for Q&A, and I look forward, more importantly, let what we do today be the beginning of a new future, and let us collectively